The next inductee tonight is Mel Nowell. Mel is a product of the storied 1957-58 Columbus East High School team, who after graduation would go on to play for Fred Taylor at Ohio State, where he was a major contributor to the Buckeyes' historic 1960 NCAA championship. While at East, Mel set city league records for single game scoring 43 points on a 20 of 32 from the field goal night, a single season scoring 440 points in 14 games for an average of 31.4 per game, as well as Franklin County season scoring 553 points in 18 games for an average of 30.7 per game. Mel scored 40 or more points 4 times and led his team in scoring every game while shooting 54% during the regular season. When Mel's senior season ended, Mel was first-team All-Ohio and rated the second best player behind the great, legendary Jerry Lucas. At OSU, Nowell started every game of his career of the Buckeyes while the Buckeyes won 78 of 84 games, 3 Big Ten titles, the 1960 NCAA title, NCAA runners-up twice, and won 2 in-season tournaments. For 84 games, neither slumps nor injuries nor behavior caused him to miss a game in the starting lineup. Mel and the other 4 starters on the 1960 team went on to play in the NBA. That was the first time that ever happened in history. It's only happened one other time. Since then, that's the 76 Indiana Hoosiers. Mel finished his collegiate career with 1,000 points, actually 1,100 points, and ranks 23rd among Ohio State players who played 3 seasons or fewer. Nowell went on to play 1 season in NBA and 1 season in the ABA. He was enshrined in the Ohio State Athletics Hall of Fame in 1985. Please join me in welcoming Mel Nowell to the Ohio Basketball Hall of Fame. Tonight, in his stead, we have, on his behalf of Mel, we're going to have Bill Hosket receive his award for him. So let's give it up for Bill. Hey, bud. How you doing? Yeah, buddy. I think you need to go there. You do what you want to do.
I know Mel appreciates this evening very much, and unfortunately he could not be with us. If one thing Mel Nowell had was great balance, and I watched him play as a youngster and marveled at how he moved on the floor. And then I called him a couple of weeks ago and we're talking, and he said, I can't make it to the ceremony. I tripped in the bleachers at one of my grandchildren's events and broke my ribs. And so he can't travel as of yet. But we tried to laugh about it, but I didn't want him to hurt his ribs any more than they were already hurting him. So Mel was a great talent, a great teammate. If you ask any of those guys that played with him at Ohio State, that particular group never lost a home game, never lost a Big Ten game until they had already garnered the outright Big Ten championship. He played with 4 other guys that all scored 1,100 points or more in their college careers. So they had great balance on that team, and of course won the national championship. In high school, he was a great, great talent. He said, fortunately, I got to play with Jerry Lucas in college. Unfortunately, we were the same year, our senior year in high school. And Mel probably would have been the player of the year in the state of Ohio, except Jerry Lucas was player of the year in the country. So he was a great teammate, revered by all his other teammates, just a good person, played well at both ends of the floor. He told me they did play against Middletown in high school, and Mel said we went to Middletown. I made a shot at the buzzer to send the game into overtime, ended up with 35 points. He said, you know, Haas, in this day and age, it would have been a 3 and we would have won. I said, well, it's nice to know you're over it. He said, then Lucas took over in the overtime and we were beaten. But he said, it was a blessing. I got to play with him in college, along with Bob Knight, John Havlicek, Gary Gerhardt, one of the great recruiting classes of all time. So it's my honor to accept this on behalf of Mel Nowell here tonight. Thurman, I would just like to mention, I'm glad you're healthy. And I have to say, I'm also from Montgomery County. That's the most applause I've ever heard for an official in my life. So, but congratulations. Mel wanted me to congratulate all the other inductees. He's proud to be a member and much deserving in the Ohio Basketball Hall of Fame. Thank you.